Hi dear friends, good morning to all. Myself Bhavsar Sunoni, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jawar District, Palghar. Dear friends, in the last part of the video of this chemical kinetics, we have studied about the advantages and the disadvantages of collision theory. At the same time, we discussed about the concept of activated complex and the molecular activation, how this activated complex is responsible for the formation of product with the decomposition, and definitely this activated complex is the intermediate having the higher energy as compared to reactant as well as product, and it is situated at the peak of the energy profile diagram, and definitely it is an unstable species or the intermediate which decomposes to give the product. Dear friends, today in this part of the video we are going to study about the activated complex theory, which is also called as a transition state theory, based upon the based upon the concept of activated complex. In the earlier part of the video, we have studied about the concept of the activated complex, and then we came to know that the rate of reaction is always given by the rate of decomposition of the activated complex or the transition state for the reaction. Rate of reaction is depends upon the rate of decomposition, and in activated complex theory, the energy of activation can be defined as the excess energy which the reactant molecule must acquire to form the activated complex, which later on decomposes to form the product. So this is the amount of energy that the reactant molecule must have to convert it into a activated complex which undergoes decomposition to form the product. And last time we have seen such type of the diagrams in order to show the activated complex, because in this case initially the reactant get converted into activated complex which is present at the peak of this energy profile diagram, that it undergoes decomposition and it gives the formation of product. Similarly, it can be also observed here. So this intermediate is called as activated complex, and definitely it has a highest energy, or it will have the greater energy than that of either reactant or the product. So whenever you will compare the energy of transition state of the activated complex with the energy of reactant or the product, definitely it will always have greater energy than that of reactant as well as product, and this activated complex is always situated at the peak of the energy barrier between reactant and the product. Dear friends, today in this part of the video we are going to define the rate of reaction. We are going to explain the rate of reaction based upon the activated complex theory. And here, on applying the statistical thermodynamic, the scientist known as Eyring derived an expression for the specific rate of reaction, which gives the relationship between definitely the specific rate of reaction as well as this activated complex, how this activated complex is responsible to decide the rate of reaction. But according to the Eyring, on the basis of statistical thermodynamic, he tried to give the equation for specific rate of reaction as K is equal to R into T into K star divided by N into H. So this is the specific rate of reaction, where this N is the Avogadro's number, H is time constant, R is the gas constant, T is the temperature, and K, this K star is the equilibrium constant for equilibrium between the activated complex and the reactant. It's very important that the relationship between standard free energy and standard free energy, and this equilibrium constant is given by, because we all are familiar to this equation, delta G is equal to minus RT ln of K, and this K is the equilibrium constant, and here it is indicated by means of simply a K star. So this is a equation for the relationship between standard free energy change and the equilibrium constant at delta G is equal to minus RT into K. Suppose this is our equation number 1, and for our convenience I will consider this is the equation number 2. So this relation, that is this equation, can be also written as, so this equation can be converted into exponential form. How it can be? So this RT will be divided to this delta G, so it will become how much, what, that is it will become minus, so that become minus delta G upon RT is equal to ln of K. Here after this ln of K can be written as, that is after taking the antilog of both sides, it will be this ln of will be removed, antilog of this is will be simply, so this equation can be converted to exponential form, because if you will take the natural log of both sides, then again you will get this equation, but taking the natural log of this equation you will get the equation number 2. So equation number 2 can be written in the form of equation number 3. How it will, after taking natural log, it will become natural log of ln of K is equal to ln of E minus delta G upon RT. ln of E will be 1, and definitely it will become ln of K is equal to minus delta G upon RT. So after substituting the value of delta G as delta H minus T delta H, so this is the equation for the relationship between standard free energy, standard change in enthalpy, and the standard change in entropy. So we can put the value of this delta H minus T delta H instead of delta G in our equation, so it will become K star equilibrium constant is equal to delta S minus T delta S, delta S minus T delta S. What happens? Already it has the negative sign, so in the bracket there will be delta H minus T delta S. Delta H will have the negative sign, and minus T delta S will become positive because of this sign. So it will be T delta S divided by RT. T will cancel, and it will remain only e raised to delta S upon R into e raised to minus delta H upon RT. Here this delta H star and delta H star and delta S star are the standard enthalpy and standard entropy change of activation. So after substituting the value of this K star in the equation number 21, remember we should put this value of equilibrium constant in the equation number 21 and not 24. We have to put this. So here, because this equation for the K is the 21, in this it is by mistake given 24, but we have to put the value of this K star, this value K star in this. So we have to put the value of this K star in the equation number 21. So we have to put this K star in this equation, and definitely we will get this equation for specific rate constant, specific rate of reaction K R into T divided by NH into, that is the value of K star. So that is e raised to delta S upon R into e raised to minus delta H upon RT. So here this term RT upon NH is a constant, because R is constant, T is constant, N is constant, H is also constant. So all these are the constant and at a definite temperature, and it is independent of the nature of the reactor and the product involved in the reaction. So if this reaction, suppose I will consider this is the reaction number 4, and if this reaction is compared with the Arrhenius equation, K is equal to A into e raised to minus E upon RT. Here this A is the Arrhenius constant, and this shows that the frequency factor A means here in this also this much factor is also the constant, this much term is constant into e raised to minus delta H upon R. So all this, whenever this equation is compared with this equation, so we can say that this A is equal to R into T divided by NH into e raised to delta S upon R, while e raised to minus A upon RT is equal to e raised to minus delta H upon RT. So here this delta H will become equal to energy of activation. And here if we will put this, or if we will take the natural log of this equation, by taking the log of this equation, simply we will get the ln of k is equal to ln of RT upon NH plus delta S, because ln of E will become 1 minus this will have to minus the ln of E will also become 1. So simply ln of k is equal to ln of RT upon NH plus delta S upon R minus delta S upon R into T. And this equation is the fundamental equation of transition state theory. In transition state theory, the value of A has different meaning, just as in collision theory, and it is simply not a frequency factor, but it is also measure of change in entropy during the activation. So here this is the fundamental equation for the transition state theory, which is also called as activity complex theory. So from this we can say that for a gaseous reaction, it is also observed that the entropy activation delta S is negative. Negative, it means that entropy is smaller, and this indicates that the system becomes more orderly. It means that the molecules have proper orientation before going to convert into activated complex, and this theory explains the failure. And it means that this activated complex theory or the transition state theory is able to explain the failure of the collision theory, because collision theory is not able to explain the proper orientation, because it includes the orientation factor, and this orientation is not explained by means of an collision theory, which can be explained with the help of activated complex theory. So here, dear friends, already we tried to cover the collision theory, and after that we also studied about the transition state theory, which is also called as absolute reaction state theory. And we can distinguish these two theories based upon some concept that we discussed earlier in the previous lectures or the previous slides. So we can say that this collision theory simply consider the collision between the reactant molecule, while the absolute reaction state theory or the activity complex theory consider the activation of molecules and the formation of the unstable activated complex, which undergoes decomposition to form the product. So it involves the formation of activated complex from the reactant, which undergoes decomposition to give the product, while the collision theory simply considers the collision between the reactant molecules only. While this collision theory is applicable to simple gas molecular reaction, but it fails to explain the complex molecular reaction. It means that collision theory is only applicable to simple gas molecular reaction, and it is not applicable to complex molecular reaction. But this absolute reaction theory, which is also called as the transition state theory or activated complex theory, this theory is applicable to simple as well as complex molecular reaction. It means that this absolute reaction rate theory can explain the complex, simple as well as complex molecular reaction. Again, this collision theory consider the reacting molecule as rigid sphere, and hence the proper orientation is not a problem, because it considers the rigid sphere. It considers the reacting molecule as the rigid sphere. So definitely, as it considers the reacting molecule as a rigid sphere, so orientation will not be the problem. But absolute reaction rate theory consider the reacting molecules are not a rigid sphere, and hence the proper orientation cannot be decided with the help of this absolute reaction rate theory. Again, with the help of collision theory, it is not possible to explain. It is not possible to explain the different rates of reaction under the different condition. It means that this collision theory is not able to explain the different rate of reaction taking place for the same reaction under different condition. It means that if the conditions are changes, then why the rate of reaction also changes. That is not explained with the help of collision theory, but this absolute reaction rate theory explain a different rate of reactions observed experimentally and give more emphasis on the intermediate complex formation that we call it as the activated complex. So it is able to explain the different rate of reaction under different conditions. So dear friends, today in this part of the video we particularly try to study about the activated complex theory, which is also called as the transition state theory or the absolute reaction rate theory, and based upon the same we try to derive the equation for absolute reaction rate theory or the transition state theory, and finally we try to distinguish between the collision theory as well as absolute reaction state theory. So dear friends, in this part of the video we almost try to cover all the concept in the chemical kinetics based upon the collision theory as well as absolute reaction rate theory. So we try to complete this topic as far as concern with the concept of chemical kinetics. Dear friends, after this definitely we will start a new topic in the next part of the video. So we will resume in the next part of the video with a new topic, with the new concept that we will study, that we will start in the next part of the video. So thank you once again, and we will resume in the next part of the video with the new concept of solutions or the study of solution. So thank you very much.